What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Now, today we're going to talk about saving NBA stars. But before we do that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, comment, tell anyone about the show. Trying to get the ratings up a little bit, just a little bit. But like I said, we're going to talk about saving NBA stars because believe it or not, I think a lot of times we actually don't give enough credit to the role players. Role players for me is anyone outside of the top two. A big three, the third of the big three can actually, in fact, count as a role player. All right, just saying. So let's give off a couple of examples of when stars are shaved by their role players. Now, as y'all can see here, we're going to 2016. Now, yes, I know some of y'all are thinking Kyrie Irving. He saved him, right? Like he saved Bron. Hey, bro, like that shot over Steph Curry, that joint was tough, and I hate it because you know what I'm saying. I'm a Steph Curry fan, but I'm also a Kyrie Irving fan. He went to Duke, you know what I'm saying. I'm a Duke fan, roof, right? I hear that. That's actually not what I'm talking about. I'm actually talking about the J.R. Smith intervention, like when he intervened and got in the way of Andre Iguodala. Andre Iguodala has the pump fake that allows for the LeBron James saving block. So we talk about that block, but we don't ever really talk about J.R. Smith. So I just wanted to make sure I gave my flowers to J.R. Smith. Tip of the cap for you, buddy, because you helped Bron save that block, make that block. If not, I don't know if Bron gets there. Uber athletic. Iggy was a little far out, though. So I'm just saying, you got to give love. But that's an example. That's one example of your supporting cast saving your stars. All right, that's one example. I hear you. I hear y'all actually. Y'all don't like that one. Y'all don't like that one. All right, that's cool. That's cool. How about when we go to 2013? We can go 2013. Spurs versus Heat. Spurs versus Heat. Y'all see this. Y'all see this, right? Keep in mind, that was game 7 that I talked about on the last one, right? Spurs versus Heat. Yeah, this is game 6 that I want to hit. That I want to harp on just a little bit. Let's zoom in right here, right there. Now, as y'all can see, this was a close game. 103-100. Get into this a little bit more. There it is. Right there. 103-100, ladies and gentlemen. This was a good one because Ray Allen. It's been stated, and I guess some people say that Ray Allen saved LeBron James's career or legacy, however you want to classify it, right? Ray Allen and Chris Bosh saved the Miami Heat. That is a factual statement. Because if Chris Bosh does not get the rebound from LeBron James' missed three, we're not talking about what Bron did in the fourth. I'm just talking about literally what occurred right now. I'm not trying to slight Bron. He doesn't get that rebound and does not pass it out to Ray Allen, and Ray Allen does not hit that corner three. All we're going to hear about is, oh, Bron missed the final shot. He's not a closer. Now, keep in mind, LeBron James hit 16 points in that fourth quarter. But he was hooping. He got a few buckets. But because he missed, yeah, we would have been talking about Bron a little bit differently. Now, like the casual fans would have been talking about, buddy, he's ass, this, that, and third. You got to give your tip of the cap. You got to tip your cap to him, man. That's 16 points in the fourth. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's tough. Yeah, you missed the 3. All right, cool, whatever. But because they made that shot, that allowed that game to be won by the Heat to then force it to game 7 so that way they could win the championship. So imagine if Bron loses, and let's say the rest of Bron's career goes the exact same. You win 3 championships, GOAT conversation's done. Like, it's a little bit different conversation, I will admit. So again, that's another example of stars saving stars. I'm not talking about the stats, okay? Because if you want to look at the stats, yes, you see LeBron James, you see Ray Allen, right? All right, there's a big-ass gap between the two. 25 points to 10, 11 points. 11 rebounds to 2. 7 rebounds to 2, rounding up. Okay, 2.3 steals to 0.1. Like, we know there's a notable difference, all right? But still, you can acknowledge that they were saved. Okay, fine. Y'all not liking that because y'all saying I didn't use 2 bronze. All right, cool, fine. How about we go here? My Lakers. My Lakers. Y'all don't think we were saved? We went to a game 7, ladies and gentlemen. A game 7. Y'all see that thing? Y'all see it right there? It was a tough nail biter. Like, we almost lost. Kobe actually didn't score the best. At least he wasn't the most efficient that day. But again, he showed up in other areas. But you know who helped out? Ron Artest. Like, he hit the final 3 for us in the game 7. He hit that clutch 3 for us in that game 7 versus that Celtic squad. Yes, he certainly did. Now imagine if he don't, and we lose again to the Celtics. Yeah, we lost in 6, and then we would have lost in 7. All right, cool. I hear that. That's twice. That's a big ass difference. I'm sorry. Like, we can't talk about Kobe the same. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. Like, yeah, that's a little tough. Cause now you only got one championship from Shaq. People can say you lucky. You had a good team around you. Again, supporting cast, helping stars. But all right, cool. I hear you. You say that Ron Artest isn't a. I said third option, but all right, cool. He's not a good option for supporting cast. Fine. How about here? 2004. Lakers again, by the way. Lakers again. Spurs. Y'all remember this. I know y'all know this. I know y'all know this because this joint was tough. Game 5. Derek Fisher. Point 0.4 seconds left? Bruh. Look at this score right here. Y'all see that. I know y'all see that. That point four shot was insane. And keep in mind too, ladies and gentlemen, let's start from game 1. They win game 1. And game 2, the Spurs are up 2-0. Then we win game 3 in good fashion, by the way. In good fashion. You know what I'm saying? Then we win game 4. Solid. If we lose game 5, that's a big difference because this went 6. That means we would have had to go on 7, which it was possible that we win. Still, that changes the series tremendously. So again, stars saving star. I mean, supporting cast saving stars. Because again, if we lose here, no title, no. Well, I guess we didn't win the title that season either. But still, we don't get to the finals though. Like, that's tough. And we had a, yeah. It is what it is. We don't have to talk about it. But I hear you though. We ain't win. All right, so we ain't get saved. How about 2002? Although that really was still a tremendous shot, by the way, defense. But 2002, y'all see it, versus the Kings. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about, man. Like, big shot Bob Robert Horry, game 4 versus the Kings. Ladies and gentlemen, this one right here, tremendous. Now, look at this. Lakers win. You know what I'm saying? We won. So it's tied at game 2. Then they go up 2-1. We needed that game 4. If we're down 3-1, do you know how tough that is to come back? Like, it's doable. Saving our ass. Because again, 2-2 versus 3-1. That's a big difference. Because then, look at this. They win the very next game. Nail biter. But if they're up 3-1, they've won the very next game. Like, bro, come on now. So yeah, we had to get that one. I was about to say that where my game 6 go? There we go. So we had to win the next 2, which again, it's possible that we could have won 2 in a row. Those were going to be nail biters. So again, ladies and gentlemen, supporting cast, shaving stars. All right, but cool. And we won the championship that year, by the way, just to be clear. But all right, cool, fine. Y'all don't like that one? Y'all, or at least y'all feel like that's only one? Cool. How about this one? Did I get the right year? Yeah, 1993. The Bulls versus the Suns. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this was a good one, but let's keep in mind this was game 6, all right? NBA Finals. Okay, all the marbles. You scroll to game 6 right here. Y'all see that 1-point victory by the Chicago Bulls? It was close. Y'all see the record 4-2. That means if the Suns win this game, we're looking at basketball a little differently. We can't talk about Jordan being undefeated in the finals as much because there's a chance they lose to the Suns. Or we can't say Jordan never went game 7 in the finals. That's over and done with. That perfection that Jordan has, or the perceived perfection that Jordan has, gets chipped away. And people already trying to chip away at that thing. So, again, the fact that what if Jordan went 5-1? Charles Barkley gets a ring. We're changing a lot of basketball right now. Shaq can't say shit to Charles at all about stuff. Again, we're changing a lot about basketball. But John Paxson hits a final 3 in game 6. And that wins that closes it out for him. That wins the championship. Yeah, Jordan made the pass. Paxson had to knock that thing down. If we don't, we go game 7. Game 7, who knows what happened? We expect Jordan to win. But again, we expect Jordan to win because, well, he never went to game 7. So that is part of the allure. So again, ladies and gentlemen, again, stars saving stars. That's a real thing. And I've given a couple of examples, whether we're talking about offensive or defensive. Stars saving stars. But that does conclude the end of the episode. But I'm curious, before we go, what did y'all think, one, about the episode? 2, about the examples that I gave? Do y'all agree or disagree about stars saving stars? I mean, about supporting cast saving stars. I've said third option can be viewed as supporting cast. Hence, Ron Artest's name was given. Like, I've used multiple examples to show that stars were saved. Again, legacies were saved, whether we want to admit it or not. That doesn't mean that the stars needed saving because they didn't do their job. They did their job, but it's a team game. Everybody need help. I thought so, at least. But again, I'm curious what y'all think. So definitely please let me know in the comment section below. Do y'all agree or disagree with the examples I gave? But, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, that does conclude the end of the episode. So definitely please make sure to continue to like, subscribe, comment, and tell anyone about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. I hope you all are having a good one. Thank you all for listening. Take care.